I'm picking up my buddy Travis, and we're heading to some private land in the North Battleford area.
I've had some wild boar before. I've never cooked it myself, so it'll be interesting to see just how much different it looks already from what you buy in the grocery store. And
just go around that way.
Come up. I don't want to go too far by because then the wind will be coming back on.
Right. Let's go a little closer. Nice boar right there.
Up on that side of the hill.
Right there.
Yeah.
What we thought was a wild boar happened to be a sow and her piglets. It's not doing it for me.
Oh, me either.
It was getting later in the day, so we decided to let the area settle down and check out our accommodations at Blue Mountain Adventure Park. I finally came across a big boar, but no matter how hard I tried, he wouldn't let me push him towards Travis. 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 Travis.
It was fairly close to where we were baiting yesterday, so I decided to take a spot in the bush and wait around and see if anything came back in. The dog food worked. A sow and some piglets came to check it out. It's easy to see how the population can get out of hand when sows are having litters of up to 10 piglets. Piglets were cute and all, but Greg was definitely having a lot more fun.
I found a boar on the move, but they're very unpredictable. Could I push him to Travis, or would he turn and charge at me? Travis! Travis isn't responding, so you gotta take your opportunities when you get them. He gave me a clean broadside shot. Blammo. He was coming through the bush, like right up here.
Yeah.
And I saw him and he saw me, and he turned and he started running. He went right into the bush, and I tried to cut him off and then like push him.
Yeah.
He would stop and just like gun me off. And then he'd run some more. Then I was running through the bush and gunned him off. And then finally he stopped and gave me a shot, and I was like,
take it. Well, I didn't get to pull the trigger. I still had a lot of fun. And we're splitting the meat, right?
sorry bud.
No, don't apologize. Did he drop right there?
Yeah. Like 10 feet from where I shot him.
Right on?
Yeah.
No, I was expecting him to run right down this
that's what I thought.
just like last time.
He didn't though, he kept going further and further in the bush. And I tried yelling for you.
We didn't hear anything.
Yeah.
Oh, right on.
Let's go take a peek.
Yeah.
You really have to crawl through some nasty bush in wild boar habitat.
He's right there, I think. Yeah, right there.
Oh, I see him. Between their thick cape of cartilage and fat and their coarse hair, they can run through pretty much anything. This is just like golfing with you, Greg.
He kept running this path and stop and turning. And 20 yards, I just put it like this, put it up on the tree, and I was like, boom.
Oh, we heard it. Right on.
Look at this guy, hey? Big long nose.
162.
Think so?
Yeah.
Sorry, bud. Like I said, I was running through here.
No,
and
man.
every time he, I think he knew I was trying to push him. He just looked at me and kept going this way,
Oh,
and I was
it's
like,
teamwork. If he's not going to come up and you get a broadside shot, take it.
I was like, if he's gonna run and go past you, won't see him again. So, yeah, buddy.
What do you want to try and get him up the hill here? And then we'll sled him down out that way?
Get down on your knees if you need to take a picture together with this guy. Hey, can help me lift his head up.
So for this hunt, we're using muzzle loaders.
Yeah, with the thick armor plating, that cartilage that goes around the back of the shoulders and the neck, you need a bigger caliber round to get through it. I was even using a 50 caliber muzzleloader.
Watch out, runaway piglet!
Having the stealth factor of a bow is nice. The problem with hunting with archery is that with the thick armor plating protecting the pig, you could hit it with multiple arrows and still not hit any vitals.
I'd like to help get this boar cut up. I've never done a pig before. There's a lot more hair back there than on the deer.
Yeah.
Well, Greg and I did a good job field dressing this. We're going to leave the processing to the professionals.
It's a big steak when it comes in a box like that. Yeah. We're meeting with Tim from Boryski's, who can hopefully show us how to properly break down a pig.
Vic's been here for 37 years. Custom processing, catering, the whole 9 yards, meat cutting, whatever you need. This is one of the things we do. When a guy brings in his carcass, we make sure he gets his own carcass back, whether it's sausage making or curing or any of that kind of stuff. It's not slush batches. You bring it in, you get it back, it's your own batch.
Perfect.
If it's clean, it's clean. If it's dirty, we do the best we can to make it nice for you.
Perfect.
Of this wild boar, I'd like to take some ribs out of it. Belly, we'll see if we can get anything for belly for bacon. That's a possibility. Take the tenderloins out of it. We'll pull the boneless backs out of it. We'll get some leg roasts out of it. Picnic for probably trim because it is kind of shot through the shoulder. And we'll get some Boston butts out of it for you.
Sounds good.
A wild boar, you can tell that it's not a feral hog by the shape of the carcass, the size of the bones. It's
The head,
just something.
the head.
Yeah, it's for me on a carcass. You know it's a boar versus a feral hog that's crossed with a domestic. It's just like I say, size of bones and size of carcass and shape of the carcass.
So how many wild boar have you say you've processed in your lifetime as a butcher?
Thousands.
Thousands?
Thousands.
So you know what you're doing then?
Yeah, I've done it once or twice. I like to tell people I saw it on YouTube.
Processing the animal.
Yep.
Did you do it the same way pretty much every time where you cut it into thirds, or is it just you work?
Because this carcass isn't split in half down the middle, which really doesn't matter that much. You just split it into thirds, so you can split it on the bandsaw. So what I'll do is I'll take these guys and just split them in half on the bandsaw, make it easier to work the carcass.
Perfect.
So, quick look at it. You've got your shoulders, you've got your loins and your bellies, you've got your legs. Easy to work from there. You get your boneless pork chops, you get your ribs, that kind of thing. We'll start with the shoulders, start working at the front, I guess. Easiest.
What's your favorite cut of a pig or a boar or that kind?
My favorite, absolutely favorite cut is slow roasted pork hocks. That's the absolute best part of the pig. If you're doing slow roasting and stuff. Other than that, for pulled pork, you take your picnic or you take your butt. Works out awesome for pulled pork. Chops, you can't beat a chop, you can't beat a tenderloin. It just depends on how you're cooking it.
And obviously you've eaten a lot of wild game. What comparison to tell, I guess, the average person the difference in taste between a wild boar versus a domesticated hog, I guess?
Wild boar is going to be a little bit more gamey. Not really, really strong. Not like, you get a mule deer, that kind of thing that gets a little bit stronger sometimes. The wild boar doesn't have that really strong flavor to it. It's because it probably is a little bit older animal, a little bit tougher animal. You have to cook it a little bit longer and with a little more care than you do a domestic hog. Yeah. But it's just learning how to cook it and doing it as you go.
Properly,
yeah.
You're telling me too, with wild game, especially boar, there's a specific temperature that people should try to get the meat to.
The sooner you can cool it off, the better it is. The other thing you can tell on wild boar is on the outside you've got part of that cartilage plate on there, how the fat is really thick. Yeah, that's part of the cartilage plate. So when they chew on each other, they don't get hurt. Another one of the differences with wild boar, it's a really, really dark meat, but so flavorful. It's really, really nice.
So I think the hunt was successful. It was both our first times ever hunting for wild boar, or hunting together for that matters.
It was good. It was a lot of fun. It's something I'd definitely do again. And productive too. Like, we got the meat and we've both since cooked some up in the barbecues, and we both brought some, and other people seem to enjoy it too. Stay tuned.
Stay tuned.